So why is e-invoicing actually kind of suddenly everywhere in Europe? What do you think is really driving that change right now?
Well, one really big thing behind there is really the legislation and the so-called ViDA, VAT in the digital age.
Yeah.
The idea really is that Europe and EU want to really digitalize the market and the processes, and one thing behind there is the VAT and the VAT gap.
Yeah. Well, if we kind of talk about the ViDA when it comes to our audience and especially the software companies, what should they be aware of right now, and kind of what is happening in that space at the moment?
Yeah, so the essence of ViDA really is that it could be easier to follow up the taxes, and the idea is that there's of course the grey economy and the VAT gap there, catching that, but then on the other side also making it easier to report VAT and do business cross-border. Those are the really big things with ViDA, and in practice it means that they're going to be a bit more mandated on the e-invoicing side, and then also this reporting of VAT. So if you think about this periodic reporting in the future, it's expected that it's going to be close to real time. So when you send and receive invoice, the VAT information actually is reported close to real time.
Yeah, and I guess e-invoicing plays like a very key role in that, because it provides that like structured machine readable format for that, so that the invoices can kind of go from one system to another just like that.
Yeah, exactly. It's a kind of a prerequisite and a good basis for the reporting, and of course it also gives the other automation benefits then to companies.
Yeah. Well, if we think about ViDA, obviously there is the mandates of e-invoicing coming, but somehow the invoices obviously have to run through somewhere. And we do have, in some countries, we have those local networks, but I guess in Europe, Peppol is kind of becoming quite huge and almost like the standard way of doing it. So how would you maybe describe the situation with Peppol?
Yeah, I guess Peppol in general, it has the network approach, and it started as a EU project as well, and now really going global too. So it's been kind of in many ways something that has been adopted as existing a good way to handle the invoicing. And if you look into the ViDA, the timelines there are that in 2030, all the companies need to have a solution in place, and 2035 it should also be kind of harmonized across the different countries. So it looks like, okay, there's still some years to go, but it comes actually really, really quick. So using something existing like Peppol is actually quite a good way to go from that perspective.
Yeah, for sure. Well, obviously, when it comes to these kind of legislative changes, they sound very big and like demanding for everyone, but it also does bring benefits. Like e-invoicing has some real business benefits to it as well. How would you maybe describe those?
Yeah, it is really, of course, changes like this. They require investments, but then it's also bringing a lot of opportunities. The e-invoicing itself enables a lot more automation, a lot more developing also on the software side, different ways to handle the invoices. And then again, if you think about kind of the VAT being able, governments being able to use the VAT properly, and also making this cross-border invoicing, VAT reporting easy, and just creating a single market in EU, it's a good goal. So
yeah,
there are definitely benefits as well. And even if we go a bit further and think about the AI and all the buzz that's happening these days, it's really also just that you could have better data and maybe more opportunities to develop that side of the software as well. So it's a lot of opportunities as well.
Yeah, for sure. Sounds like it. There is obviously the EU-wide mandate, like you said, ViDA is coming in 2030, but the legislation is not necessarily adopted very similarly in the European countries and within the EU. So maybe could you give us some quick taste of the complexity maybe, and what kind of differences there might be within different EU countries already now?
Yeah. Especially if we think about the EU, there's one legislation behind there, but of course different countries with quite their own ways of operating and standards and business needs as well. So we have some countries like Belgium who have really gone like pure Peppol, really standard way, and then we have someone like France, Italy, who are building these centralized services and things. So it is going to be interesting to see how the different countries are tackling the issues, and especially when we go closer to 2035, where everything is supposed to work together. So it'll be interesting times ahead.
Yeah, for sure.